guys, welcome back to my channel and to another tea talk. Get yourself a nice beverage. I'm drinking the exact same thing I drink every single day. Today I wanted to talk about Femme Invisibility and my experiences with it. I've always been femme, ever since I was a kid. I have loved being a girl and being feminine, and after I realized I was gay, I never felt the need to alter my appearance to be more gay appearing. Being femme is a part of who I am. The thing is that since the dawn of lesbians, there has always been a look associated with queer women. As a subculture, we've had to develop our own norms, and in general, this has manifested itself in a more masculine presenting style, which is awesome and subversive, but has also kind of become a little exclusionary. And just like styles in general have evolved, so has this lesbian look. At one point in time, it was definitely like mullets and cargo shorts, right? Then it became the faux hawk and studded belt, or a button-up and a tie. And now I feel like the current gay girl look is very much like a stem, like Vans, skater t-shirts, joggers, black jeans with holes in the knees, and dad hats. But with all these evolutions of lesbian style, I have maintained my own personal love affair with all things floral, flowy, and feminine. Lately, however, I've felt this low-key anxiety about my personal style. And after being out for so long and being femme this entire time and really owning that, it's kind of odd for me to be feeling this sense of out-of-placeness within my own community based on my personal style. Lesbians on the internet especially gravitate toward that gay look, from liking more posts from queer women who clearly embody that gay style, to emulating that style, to wanting to date girls who rock that style. And like, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I personally find girls who look like lesbians to be who I am most attracted to. But it also makes me feel like my own personal style works against my gayness because it's not that. And it got me thinking about Femme Invisibility and my experience as an out and proud femme-presenting queer woman. I wanted to kind of explore my feelings with you guys and hopefully hear some of your experiences as queer women as it concerns style. I'm not gonna lie, I feel a little vulnerable talking about this kind of thing because for me, it's a complex issue that deals with my identity, privilege, and erasure, as well as my sense of self and confidence. But fuck it. I really enjoy having these kinds of discourses, and I think it's really important to be visible and to share, regardless of how uncomfortable it may make me feel. So let's start with what Femme Invisibility, Let's start with what Femme Invisibility actually is. All queer experiences are different and multifaceted, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to be doing a lot of generalizations, so please forgive me if I'm not being hella specific. And this video is in no way meant to tackle larger socio-political issues within and without the queer community. I've just been thinking about this a lot, and I wanted to share it with you. So anyway, Femme Invisibility in general refers to the phenomenon of femme-presenting queer women not being taken seriously as gay because we don't look gay enough. Femme Invisibility manifests itself in many ways, and I know a lot of my femmes out there feel this to their core. One of the main ways is that we are assumed to be straight simply because we are femme, and then we are dismissed as straight women and not really welcome in queer spaces. Our queerness is questioned and denied, but you don't look gay. We are not seen as potentials in dating pools because, once again, our gayness is unverified based upon our outward appearance. We are not approached by gay women, even those who are specifically attracted to femmes, and we are always suspected of at any moment we're all of a sudden gonna become straight and go date a dude just because we'd rather wear heels than Converse. The confusion of gender expression versus sexual orientation is surprisingly rampant in the LGBTQ community. And I've seen it time and time again in my own life. I've always felt very secure with my sexuality. Sexuality, as we know, is fluid, but for me, my sexuality solidified pretty quickly and happily so into full-blown lesbianism. I have only ever had sex with women, all my relationships have been with women, and I have literally spent my entire adult life as the host and leader of Orlando's lesbian nightlife. And yet I still have people within my own community who maintain I am straight simply because I present as femme, regardless of the fact that I am literally dancing in a gay bar every night of my life. And then when I am out of context and off the stage, I immediately become invisible to the queer community, both online and in person. Now, this is how we are often perceived in our own community. When we're out in the heterosexual world, femmes face an entire slew of other complications. Now, some people may see this first issue as a positive to being femme, but I certainly do not, and that is privilege. As it so often happens with privilege, it is unearned, complex, and works to oppress others in my community. Judith Butler, a queer theorist, introduced a term called gender performativity. Performativity. She says that gender is a social construct, and gender is created and reinforced in the ways that people perform gender in compliance with social norms. And if I perform gender in the way that society expects me to perform, then I can easily access benefits from society. And that is exactly what happens to me. I am as gay as the day is long, but I can go out into the world without facing the harassment that my queer presenting family faces daily. That's not to say that I don't receive a shit ton of harassment exacerbated by my femininity, but the specific homophobic hate that I'm talking about doesn't get thrown at me immediately upon first seeing me. I don't get questioned if I'm in the right restroom, I don't get sidelong glances from old ladies in pearls, and I don't have to out myself if I don't want to or if I don't feel safe to do so. While this may seem like a solid trade-off to being erased within my own community, it for sure is fucking not. I have to come out every single day of my life. I'm not saying that femmes have it harder or worse, I'm saying we have it differently, and there's so much more to it. Being ignored, being erased, being assumed to be something that we are not is also offensive, stereotyping, and discriminatory. And then there are my experiences with heterosexual men, which is on a whole other level. Based on the way I present, heterosexual men think that I am a potential conquest. And when they find out that I am gay, the responses range from patronizing to dangerous. I mean, I've had some dudes be really cool about learning I'm gay. They're like, whoa, like totally didn't know, like good for you, like chicks are hot. And then I've had other guys who have become aggressive, inappropriate, and angry. When a heterosexual man cannot wrap his brain around the fact that you are gay and not interested in him, it can get scary, and it has gotten scary for me. Or it gets vulgar and gross, and these men start saying and claiming things that fill me with rage. I understand that our brains need to process things quickly. We're given a lot of stimuli, and visual cues help our brains process, categorize, and understand the world around us. But I also think that we need to honor ourselves and be true to who we are. To have my identity denied, erased, and questioned based on how I choose to dress? Nah, man, not about that. Style is something that is so personal, and it plays a huge role in our self-esteem and identity. Style should not negate other parts of your identity. I don't want the comfort I feel in a dress to be at the expense of my identity as a queer woman. This doesn't mean that I don't want to occasionally play around with being a little more edgy or masculine with my style. Do I look gay yet? Also, how cute is this? It says femme on the back. I don't know if you guys can see that. Style can be played with, and it can change and it can evolve over time and even day to day. It just means that I don't want to, nor should I have to, change who I am or how I choose to present in order to be acknowledged and seen as a legit lesbian. Here's the tea, guys. I'll wear a strap-on under my floral dress. I have long hair but short nails. I'm gay as fuck and I'm femme as fuck. I don't want to be shoved back into the closet just because of what I have in my closet. I will continue to reclaim femininity and give it a place in the queer community, because femininity is not just a part of the heterosexual narrative. It is not just for the male gaze, and I think it's really important that we don't erase femmes in the queer community, that we really see and celebrate queer femmes, because if we don't, then we confirm the idea that femininity only belongs in the heterosexual community. The way we present and our sexual orientations do not have to match up to make people feel comfortable, or for our identities as queer to be confirmed. But to my femmes out there who feel conflicted, erased, like we're not seen, who feel like you need to dress more gay in order to be seen as valid in our community, screw that. Live authentically with your lashes and lipstick. Keep proving that there is no right way to look like or to be a queer woman. Only we get to decide our identities. For those of you who are more queer presenting and who see this video as frivolous, you have to deal with a lot of bullshit. And I understand the frustration that you may be feeling about the idea that we can float through society without getting homophobic hate thrown at us immediately upon seeing us. But I think that we do a great disservice to a huge portion of the queer community by not acknowledging the femme struggle, because there is one, and it is multifaceted, and it touches on a larger idea about who and what can be queer and who and what is welcome in a queer space. So for those of you who are frustrated with this topic and who don't understand it, that's okay. I'm talking about my experience as a femme, the experiences that I know for a fact other femme women experience, and I also hope that maybe this video could shine a light a little bit on our struggles and the idea of having an identity be erased and how important it is for that not to happen, not only for the individual but also for our community as a whole. As a community, I think we can do better. I think I've addressed as much as I can in one YouTube video. So what do you guys think? I would love to hear from you. What do you think about style and orientation? How has it affected you? Does your style change? Has it changed since you've come out? Do you feel more comfortable now than you did when you first came out because your style has evolved? To my femmes out there, how do you feel? Do you feel pressured to throw on a dad hat and to try to look more gay? Let's talk. Find me on my socials, or I will see you in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe. I love you all more than glitter. That's a lot. Boxes are covered in glitter. There's even a box that says glitter. It's full of glitter. How exciting. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!